Welcome, dear one, to another VybeShift Podcast 10 episode arc. Before we begin, before we name the arc, before we enter the structure, let's meet in the stillness before the structure. Let's pause in the space where you already know. Because if you're here, something within you is stirring. Not the part of you that wants to check boxes or fix what's broken, but the part that remembers. You came here with a frequency. You came here with a why. You came here with a whisper that has never stopped humming. This episode is called The Call Before the Calling, a sacred prelude to living your purpose. Begin this episode because real transformation does not start with action. It starts with resonance. We're not rushing into purpose like it's another self-help project. We're returning softly, truthfully, to the living why that has been quietly waiting for us to come home. You do not need to define your purpose before you feel it. You do not need to be certain before you belong. Your only need is to be here. So let's begin, not with strategy, but with a stirring. If you've felt numb, if you've been succeeding and still feel empty, if you've been in survival mode so long that dreaming feels dangerous, you're not failing, you are right. The soul often gets louder when the noise of life becomes too much to bear, and sometimes the feeling of not knowing what the next step is actually the soul calling your attention back inward. We've been told that purpose is for the few, for the talented, for the brave, for the ready, but that's a lie. Purpose is for the willing, and willingness often begins in a quiet ache. This arc is for the ones who ache, the ones who feel too much, the ones who have given so much of themselves to survive, and are now ready to remember who they are when they are not performing. This arc isn't about polishing your resume or branding your passion. It's about living into your essence. The new earth we are co-creating doesn't need more productivity. It needs more presence. It needs souls who are no longer willing to betray themselves for comfort. It needs voices that vibrate with truth, not volume. It needs healers, teachers, space holders, artists, parents, activists, and mystics who aren't just doing things differently, but being things differently. And that begins with purpose, not as pressure, but as presence. Let's drop in. Place a hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Breathe deeply until your inhale touches the part of you that's been on autopilot. Let that breath wake you. Now ask, without needing an answer, what is the vibration of my why? What part of me is ready to be remembered? What is the hum beneath the noise? You don't need to respond, just listen. Now imagine the hum filling your body, from your feet to your crown to your breath to your spine. That hum is you, and in this arc ahead, we will learn how to live from it. Thank you for entering this sacred space. Thank you for your ache. Thank you for your longing. Thank you for not giving up on your frequency. This arc will walk with you as a companion, not as a curriculum. We will talk about the pain that has shaped you, the freedom that calls you, the fear that limits you, and the truth that liberates you. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming more than you've ever thought you could be. And your only job, beloved, is to keep walking, keep listening, and keep vibing in truth until your why no longer needs to be spoken because it is being lived.